Hello, Agape family. Minister Shuler here with our Midweek Manna. Our Midweek Manna is going to be coming from Genesis 16, verses 1 and 2. And the text reads, Now Sarah, Abram's wife, had borne him no children, but she had an Egyptian slave named Hagar. So she said to Abram, The Lord has kept me from having children. Go sleep with my slave, and I can build a family through her. Abram agreed to what Sarah had said. The message for today is, don't touch that. God is trying to tell us that we're about to mess something up if we touch it today. So what our first point for today is, just like Sarah and Abram made a mistake in trusting their personal business, what God had promised them back even in Genesis 12, that they were going to make them a great nation, that God was going to make Abram a great nation, that he was going to protect them. They took all that stuff into their own hands and really transferred it into the hands of a slave because it wasn't on their timeline, or they didn't feel like God was doing it in quick enough time for them. So God is just trying to teach us today, be patient and wait on him. Don't put your blessing in the hands of someone else. If God broke it, he's the only one that can fix it. So if God was the reason that Sarah couldn't have kids, then he was going to be the only reason that she could. The second thing that we see Sarah and Abram do is that they forfeit the opportunity to see God work without human intervention. What we do sometimes by taking it into our own hands is we delay the process. We delay what God wants to do by intervening and doing other things. All right, so the last and final thing that we're going to point out in this text that we see Sarah and Abram do is they fail to realize the value and impact of a bad decision. We need to understand that sometimes God will allow us to make bad decisions through grace. But grace doesn't excuse grief. And if we follow the text, we see that God granted Sarah and Abram grace, but they experienced a lot of grief until they actually received the promise of God. So don't do that to yourself like Sarah and Abram had. We have to make the decision that we're going to trust God no matter what. So God is saying, don't touch that. Keep your hands off of it. Y'all have a blessed day.